The honest truth is 90% of white tattooers do not take the time or the effort to figure out how to tattoo dark skin.
I've had the opportunity to tattoo every skin type and every ethnic group, and you know, everybody's different, and you have to kind of tailor your approach to the person that you're tattooing. When I first started tattooing, about a year into it, I did a design on a really dark-skinned guy. Took it right off the wall. He picked it out.
The first tattoo, this is a funny story actually, you'll like this. The first tattoo, okay, because at this point I had already been in a couple of magazines and I thought I was hot shit, right? I come in and I'm tattooing in New Orleans for Annette LaRue. I do my first tattoo sitting there. It's script, of course. What else would it be? I did it with a 3, which is what you would use on white people, by the way, back then. I got fired. I got fired. Within the first, 8 minutes, she fired me. She's like, no, get your shit and get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, what, wait, what, you know? But she was right. When it healed up, you couldn't even, you know what I mean? Where did it go?
When I got done with it, I couldn't even see what it was. And it was a failure, you know, and I felt like, man, I really just kind of screwed this guy.
Let's not mince words. It is totally fucking different tattooing black skin than it is white skin. And that's why you see so many fucked up tattoos on black skin. Because if I sit down and do the exact same shit with the exact same needle groupings on you that I do on me, it's not gonna look the same.
Whether it's black or white artists, they put way too much detail in there. You've seen the Judy Parker artist, a good example. And Judy's, whenever I do her stuff, I have to take out half the lines because it's so detailed and so fine and so intricate. But you can see that on my Ed Hardy piece, which Ed did. Look at it now. It was just too much detail in a small amount of space.
If I'm gonna tattoo dark skin, the first thing I'm gonna do is adjust the composition right off the bat. In other words, I'm not gonna put a whole bunch of little gay detail all piled on top of itself in the way that a lot of white people would want me to. I'm gonna simplify, zoom in on the most significant, which by the way, is a lot of what you see in our style that we do on white folks, which is, I got this from tattooing black people. So a lot of the stuff that I'm known for, that is our style of work, is over-exaggerated imagery, zoomed in, hyper-focused, and simplified with gigantic loads of contrast. Where the fuck did I come up with that from? I came up from tattooing black skin. Because if you then apply that back onto white skin, imagine what happens. It's fucking brilliant. It screams like it'll blind children from across the parking lot.
Anytime I've had to approach the design with dark skin, it's always going to be real simple, you know, as straightforward as I can make it. I'm not going to necessarily pack the full range of colors into it. So I'm going to try to keep it open and simple, a nice readable silhouette, not really water it down with too much fluff and icing. Just try to do the tattoo the straight way.
Thank you.
I think a lot of white tattooers think that they can't get good photos on dark skin. So they maybe aren't going to try to push their custom, like their style on a darker skinned person. They're going to think it's not going to end up in my portfolio because I'm not going to be able to get a good photo of it. You know, it's the clients too. If they don't come to us with a creative idea that, you know, gets us excited about the idea, then, you know, you're going to get a good tattoo, but you're not going to get one that's just like loaded up with everything that I might have to offer.